So, welcome everyone. We are now in week 3, I believe, of the public image learning series. So thank you very much for everyone for being here. We're going to just give it a couple more minutes to see how people are doing. So how many people have been on this series for all of them so far? Anyone? Let's see.
I was
No, this series. This is today.
Oh no, who went to the first 2 so far? The
I went to
Public
the
Image
second
101 and then People of Action.
Yeah, I did that one.
I was late. I was off island on one. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, let's see. Okay, well, hello everyone. We're gonna get started now. We have 13 people in the room. That's quite a bit. Let's see. Where are my participants? I don't see any of them, any of the videos. I went on early so I can try this out, but I guess it's not working. But let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to today's topic is going to be brand compliance. It is March 13th, 2023. Just like usual, we're going to start with introductions, then go into a couple updates, do some we're going to do a survey today. So if you have your cell phone, bring it out. If you're using your cell phone, just notate some of these questions and you can send it later, or you can send an email. Then we're going to go straight into the agenda. So let's start with today's topic. Again, welcome to Hawai'i Rotary's Public Image Learning Series. This is our 3rd week, and today is brand compliance. First off, my name is Joshua Laguana. I am Hawai'i Rotary's co-chair for public image, and I do have an incredible public image resource team. And of course, we are always looking for more people to join us. It really is, if this is something that you want to learn about public image and expand from there, we're welcoming you onto our committee. So let's start with some updates. So first things first, all of the public image learning series is now on YouTube. Our first 2 sessions, Public Image 101 and People of Action, you can find them at youtube.com/Hawai'i Rotary. Now, it is survey time. I'm going to ask each and every one of you to kind of bring out your phone, and I'm going to ask you to send the answers, just the answers, to this phone number that's on the screen. So I want you to text 804-476-8279. And if you can read numbers very well, it's really funny because it's actually area code 804 and then it's 4 Rotary. If you don't have your cell phone, what you can do is also send your responses in an email to publicimage@rotaryd5000.org. All right, so we have 16 people on the call. And we're going to get ready. And I'm so sorry, I totally forgot about the introductions, not just my team, but I'm going to stop the screen real quickly. I would like to welcome immediate past district governor, Ms. Sandy Matsui, who is also on the public image team. We have past district governor Roz Cooper. We have past district governor Linda Coble. Who else? Do we have any other PDGs or DGs on the line? The answer is no. Okay, so we're going to go back to our survey time. So everyone, get your phones out and get ready to send your text message. Again, the phone number is 804-476-8279. And the first question is, what is your Rotary Club's name? Now, if you don't know it, we have other issues we have to address. Okay, I'm getting those messages come through. Thank you very much. Next question. Same message. What is your club's website? So for example, my club's name is the Rotary Club of Hickam, Pearl Harbor, and our club's website is www.rotaryhph.org. I'm going to wait for some more of those questions or answers to come through. Thank you very much. I love that you guys know these things. And if you don't know it, that's perfectly fine. We're going to move on to the next question. What is your club's Facebook handle? A Facebook handle or a handle is just the thing that goes at the end of facebook.com. For my club, it's facebook.com/ and the handle is @RotaryHPH. What is yours? The next question is, if your club doesn't has an Instagram account, what is the handle for that? Again, my club at the Rotary Club of Hickam, Pearl Harbor, our Instagram handle is RotaryHPH. Next question. This is the last one. Do you think your club is brand compliant? Do you think your club is brand compliant? Simple yes or no. Thank you very much for everyone that responded in text messages. And that is perfectly fine if you don't know any of those things. But we did talk about these things in previous sessions. So I highly recommend go to the district's whole YouTube page and check out the first 2 sessions. So let's talk about today's agenda. We're going to start with assets or digital assets, and that includes talking about logos, colors, typography, the brand center, and building templates. And we're also going to talk about how to keep track of those assets and called asset management or digital asset management. And then we're going to finish it up with some resources. Before I get started, now, for those that were here last week or the week before, is there anything that anybody wants to bring up that they learned that's new, and just share it with the group here? Okay, no one? Okay, I'm gonna come back to you guys at the end. So I hope you guys become a little more chatty. Let's go on with today. Here we go. All right, so let's start with what are assets? Well, in session 1, in Public Image 101 with Getting Started, we talked about taking inventory. And inventory included logos, such as the Mark of Excellence, the simplified version, the lockups, the themes. That's part of your assets, including what is your color palette? What are the colors that you're using? We also talked about, do you know your website? Do you know your social media accounts? Do you know if you're having a newsletter? If you have a calendar? All of those items, again, are part of your assets when it comes to promoting your Rotary Club. The next thing is, what about flyers, your membership applications, your posters, your banners, your flags? All of those items needed to have an inventory, because those are going to be the things that you use so that people can remember who your club is. All of that would be considered your digital assets or your assets if they're printed out. So you have your logos, you have your flyers, the people of action, together we connect, together we transform, together we promote peace. All of this is very important because what you're going to see is a consistent look throughout Rotary International. One of the things that Rotary International says is that they did not do a really good job at promoting what Rotary does. And so they've spent a lot of time in creating specific brand elements so that when someone sees the Rotary wheel or they see the Rotary Club of Hickam, Pearl Harbor, they're going to remember Rotary. And so it's very important that that they have this great foundation. And now they're going to use the 1.4 million Rotary members throughout the world to help share that. So you may have heard the term brand ambassador. That's what each and every one of you are. So it's very important that when you are representing your brand, Rotary here, that it's being consistent and that it is compliant. And that's what today's session is about. So let's start talking about what's one of them. Start with, of course, logos. I am going to show you guys what a compliant logo looks like. And at the end of today, we're going to create one. So first off, we're going to start with the master brand signature. That is the one that pretty much everyone sees with the Rotary and the emblem. Rotary has created this just guideline that you can put the club name above or below. And so you may see something like the Rotary Club of Kona Sunrise, or you might see it above and below Hawai'i Rotary District 5000. Or you might see something like this, Eco Rotary Club of Maui. The important part here is that in your logo, in your club logo, you're using what your club is known for. So you may see some districts just say Rotary District 5500, but we're known as Hawai'i Rotary District 5000. You may see the Eco Rotary Club of Maui, but you don't see the word club in Rotary Kona Sunrise. That's absolutely fine. But I also want to point out that this also is followed along with Rotaract. So with Rotaract, you follow the same suit. It's just a different logo for that group. And I just want to do a little plug is that this week is World Rotaract Week. So if you know any Rotaractors, tell them, hey, what's up? All right, let's move on with the logos. So we're looking at the Rotary Club of Kona Sunrise. Here's their logo. One of the things is the mark of excellence. Some people may not know what that is, or it's called the MOE. It's the wheel with the word Rotary International inside it. But one thing about this is that when you're using this logo, you want to make sure that you have proper spacing around your logo so that you're not putting like things next to it, such as another logo, or maybe you're starting words right next to the MO or the mark of excellence. What you want to do is make sure that you have an ample space, and you can think of it like this. And if you're looking at it, just make sure it's like the size of the R up on the sides, down below as well. You want to keep this yellow space clear. And if you have any questions, feel free to put that into the chat, please. All right, next thing about the logo. This is the master brand signature. And now I just changed it to something else. Does anyone know what this is called? Here's the master brand signature. And this is the other one. What is this called? You can unmute yourself or you can go ahead and put in the chat.
Simplified.
Simplified version. Yes. Who said that?
Al,
Okay, Al. When do you use the simplified version?
I think you can use it almost any time.
Yes, you can, but primarily you want to use it when you're using small print. So when the logo is going to be smaller than 1.5 inches, you want to use the simplified version. And the really important part is because you don't have the Rotary International inside there, it's kind of really hard to see, and it just smudges it. But also when you're using small print, or another time you can use the simplified version is when you're using embroidery. Again, it's very perfect to use the simplified version for those items. Any questions about this?
Josh, you said 1.5 inch, but you have
Oh,
it
I'm sorry,
1/2
half inch.
inch.
That's right.
1/2 inch. Okay,
Half
got
inch.
it.
Thanks for that. Okay. Any other questions about our master brand signature or the simplified version? All right, we're moving on to this. Now, does anyone know what these, oh yes. Oh, Linda, you're muted. I'm sorry, can't hear you.
Sorry, I sometimes see the wheel not yellow or
Mhm.
gold, whatever that is, black or whatever. Is that a no-no?
No, that's okay. So we're gonna do we're gonna look at some websites this afternoon, and it's very important that you know which type of logo to use. So the master brand signature has the the Rotary Royal Blue and the Rotary Gold colors. But
Uh-huh.
when you put that on black or when you put that on blue, it doesn't really do itself justice. So you're going to want to reverse color. So you can use white, or maybe you're printing in just black and white. You can have everything black. So when we get 2 more slides, I'll show you the different options that you have.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay. Great. That was a really good question. Now back to this. What is these 3 things called? There's an actual term for it. Anyone? Okay, I will just share it with you. It is called a lockup, a logo lockup. It is used to show a relationship between Rotary and partners, fellowships, Rotary action groups, or any program sponsored by the Rotary, by the clubs or districts. So here you can see the relationship between Rotary International and Toastmasters. You can also see that Hawaii Rotary District 5000 has a special program called Girls Empowerment Initiative. And we also at Hawaii Rotary participate in RILA. So we have a Rotary Youth Leadership Awards logo. These are all lockups. So when you are doing a, let's say, Taste of Kona or a Brew Fest, you can have your club's logo and do it as a lockup and put that on the right-hand side. There are special requirements for all of these logos. So I'm going to show you guys during the resources where you can find those specific things. Now, to go to what Linda asked, when do you use the colors? Can you use white? Can you use black? The answer is no. And we're going to talk about the colors that can be used when we go into color palette. But no, here, the default is to use the Rotary Blue or the Rotary Royal Blue and the Rotary Gold in the master signature. But when it's not on white, or if it's on a colored background, then you can go ahead and move it to one of these. So you have the black, the Rotary Azure, you have white on other things, or you can do white on black. These are just examples as to how you could use different colors for this, but never ever should you use purple as one of the colors. Never ever should you use cranberry or orange. It has to be in one of these. Okay, so now that we got logos out of the way, let's talk about colors. So as I was just mentioning, we do have some very specific colors that are recognizable to Rotary, and that is the Rotary Gold, the Rotary Royal Blue, the Azure, and Sky Blue. But we also have another set that can be used for secondary or program colors. And these can be found in like the RILA logos. You could see this in the themes, each president's theme. You can see those things there. But it's very important that you use these colors. And if you're not really into graphic design, you may wonder, like, how do I get these colors? Do I just look it up? The answer is no. And I'll show you that in a second. But one thing is each color will have a name, and it'll be specific for either the program or in the Rotary Royal Blue. Well, that's a tongue twister. You can see this in the word Rotary in the master brand signature. But this does have a specific formula. And the formula is going to be like start with the PMS, or it'll have like different numbers and letters. But depending on the program they're using, you're going to be using one of these as your formula to get that exact color. It's very important. Why do you think it's important?
Consistency.
Ah, look at that. Consistency, as if Linda knew what was next. And that's very important. So I do have each and every formula for these colors on the Rotary District Public Image Resource page. So that's this website down here, rotaryd5000.org public image. When you get onto that website, look for this color palette and click on it, and it'll take you to those formulas. Any questions about our colors? Pretty straightforward. It really, really is. And what's nice about this is if you don't have a graphic design background, you don't know what colors to use, don't worry. Rotary tells you exactly which colors to use. Let's continue on. So now that we got our logos and our colors out, we're going to talk about fonts. This is a very fun topic. Does anyone know another term for fonts?
Didn't it used to be postscript or something like that? Oh, typography.
Typography. We're trying to get fancy here. So this is the typography that is used that you'll see in Rotary photos or on their website or in their flyers. Our primary fonts are going to be for headlines and navigation labels, such as buttons and links. You'll see that there's Frutiger, or some people may say Frutiger. Then you have Open Sans and Arial. There's secondary fonts, which is for body text, secondary headlines, and captions, and you'll use it for Sentinel or Georgia. Now, why are there more than one? Well, because the Sentinel, the Frutiger, those are Frutiger, I don't know how to say it really, but those are licensed and you have to pay to use or to get those fonts. The other ones, the ones that I have circled here, are free to use. And you can find some of them at google.com/fonts. But pretty much the Open Sans and the Arial, you're going to be able to see in pretty much any program such as Word, any Office, Adobe as well. Now, you can also, when you're developing your flyers, you could use other fonts. But when it comes to putting Rotary in there, you're going to want to make sure that you're using one of the approved fonts. Again, it's that consistency. All right, so we got our logos, we got our colors, we got what the words will look like. The next thing are going to be our pictures and our pamphlets. Again, if you don't have that background in design or graphic design, you're like, how do I create these things? That's when we rely very, very heavily on the brand center. And the brand center is so you can get your own logos, you can get your flyers, make your own business cards. Programs like Polio or Environment, the areas of focus, you're going to be able to get those things from there. So highly recommend going into that. And we're going to do a live demo of that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a website here, and we're going to go to the Rotary D5000 page. What we want to do is go under Club Resources, and then under Public Image, go to the District Resource page, or just go directly to the Rotary Brand Center. So it's very easy to find from the home screen. So what we're
Go
going to do.
back over that process. You just went through it really fast and I'm taking notes.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. So we're going to go back to the Rotary D5000 website. So home screen, and under Club Resources, we're going to scroll down to Public Image. That's kind of the area of my stuff here. And then instead of going to the District Resource page, we're going to go straight to the Rotary Brand Center. And once you get there, it'll take you directly to this page right here. Now, what we want to do today is create a logo. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to actually scroll down here. It says, welcome to the Rotary Brand Center. What do you want to do today? Like it knew to ask me that. So I'm just going to say, hey, I want to create a club logo, or I want to find an image or a video. That's perfectly fine. But let's go ahead and create a logo. And it's going to take me to the templates. And it's like, well, what kind of logo do I want to create? So first thing, I asked at the beginning is, do you think your club is brand compliant? And the logo is the first thing. Do you think your club is brand compliant? If not, let's go ahead and create one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under Rotary clubs, districts, and zones. I want to create a logo. So click on that. It's going to take me a little bit of time. So just be a little patient. And depending on what program you're in, whether it be Interact, Rotaract, or Rotary, you just click on the one that you want. From here, it'll take you to the Rotary logo template. It'll give you some instructions, some just insightful information about it, but it really is supposed to be more easy than it was a year ago. And I think it has. So for what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on create. Once I click on create, it's going to take me to the Rotary logo template. And it's again going to give me some more information as to what I can do here, as well as going to tell me a little bit about those guidelines to be brand compliant. And of course, I want to follow these items. So if you have any questions, feel free to put that in here. All right, check it out and then see if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. But I'm going to close this up and it brings me to this now. So what I want to do is identify the type of logo. I want to create a regular logo or simplified. Now you know the difference between the two. So if I select simplified, because it's going to be less than a 1/2 inch, it changes the mark of excellence to this.
Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to do is select the color. So this is what Linda was asking. Well, what colors can I use? Well, here it is. You can use the full color, which uses the Rotary Gold and the Rotary Royal Blue. You can do it all white, all black, all azure, or white and gold. Pretty simple right there. We're going to go ahead and do full color. And then I want to identify, where do I want to put the logo? Is it going to be Eco and then Rotary and then Club of Maui? Or it could just be Rotary Hickam Pearl Harbor. So I have to decide that. And it's very important that you stick with it. So talk to your club and ask them, which one do you like better? And you can test things out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do above and below. And I'm going to say Hawaii. And I use an Okina in here, but because the Okina and the apostrophe look the same, I actually use the apostrophe. And then below, I'm going to put District 5000. And that's it. Now I'm ready to download that file. And then when you're ready to download it, it'll ask you, do you want it in a PDF, a JPEG, or PNG? PDFs are used for print. JPEGs are good for like your website because it's small. And then PNG is a more higher quality image. However, if I changed this to be white, the only option I will have will be PNG, because white does not show up on PDF or JPEG. So the PNG has a transparent background, and that's the one that's ideal. So if your club does a blue page on your website and you need the logo to show, you'll select it in PNG. And so what you're going to do is just go ahead and select the version that you want. And it just says, hold out for a moment until the thing is ready, and just click OK. And once it has been created, it will show that for you right there at the bottom, and it'll open up that logo for you. And then you'll see the example. Because this is a PNG, the background is clear. And so I can put this on anything and it will. Let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. We're gonna do something real quickly. Add a new slide. So when I come in here, what I'm going to do is just Control V, and there it is. There's my logo. Simple as that. Or do you guys see this?
Huh?
Oh yeah, you do. Okay, great. And that,
I have
and
a
that's all.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
Why do we even care about making a logo that says District 5000?
Oh,
When nobody in Hawaii understands what the hell that is.
I 100% agree with you. And for the longest time, we were known as Rotary District 5000.
I
But
know.
it wasn't until Sandy's year that we were able to get the DG line to agree on using Hawai'i Rotary District 5000 so people can know who we are.
Gotcha. And
So-
then but don't you want to put your club name on there too?
Well, we have
Like
50,
Honolulu Rotary?
we have
or
53
Rotary
clubs.
Club?
So one of the things about the logos, and this is a really good question, it's come up many times. When you're working with 5 other clubs, can you imagine putting 5 different logos on a flyer and how overwhelming that would be? It'd be Eva Beach Rotary, Kapolei Rotary, Hilo Rotary, Kona Rotary. So instead of that, what you're going to do is Hawai'i Rotary District 5000 and then
Okay.
list the club's name. So it's not overwhelming, but people start to identify, hey, Eva Beach Rotary, hey, that's part of Hawai'i Rotary. Or they can say, oh, Hickam Pearl Harbor, and they'll think Hawai'i Rotary. And then when we go to like the mainland or internationally, people are like, oh, what district you're from? It's like, I don't know, Hawai'i Rotary, District 5000. So that's why we put it all in that name.
Okay, good.
It was thoughtful. Yes, Dottie. Oh, you're muted, so you're just gonna unmute yourself.
There we go. Okay, so, but on our webpage, obviously, we want our name, but we also want Hawaii District 5000. We want all of it.
So, so what we've done, and I'm talking from a district standpoint, is that we are Rotary D5000 to Rotarians. People know internally, like Rotarians know that we're Rotary D5000. But for people that are not in Rotary, we created an external site called rotaryinhawaii.org. So those 2 websites really are geared to 2 different audiences. On the Rotary D5000 page and on the Rotary in Hawaii website, we use the same logo.
But I meant for our club webpage.
Oh, for your own club, absolutely. You just want to do, we're going to go through some examples. Use just your club logo.
Good, good.
Absolutely. You do not want to, you don't need to use the district's logo for that. The logo, like I said, the district logo is when you're encompassing Hawaii or District 5000. Great questions.
Well, I never heard of rotaryinhawaii.org.
Ah, you missed Public Image 101 then.
I know, I guess I did. I thought I was there.
Okay, you guys, what we're going to do is now we're going to continue on. We're going to talk about the digital asset management. What that means is you're going into the brand center. You're going to want to make sure that you are saving your images because you don't want to every single time have to redo the logo. So it's very important that you have a really digital asset management system. What that means is you can use Club Runner. You can use OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, even an external hard drive. And I started for the district this year, started to use Facebook because they have photo albums there. But what does it mean for digital asset management? It just means creating a folder system so that you know where your assets are. Where are your logos? Where are your people of action videos? You're putting them all in some type of order so that when it comes time to sharing or looking for your assets, it's very easy to find. Any questions about that? I will show. Yes. Any questions? Okay, I'm going to share with you guys one of the things that we're doing at the district levels to ensure that we have some stuff. So here, this is the district's Google Drive, and we just create different folders by club name. And then we have district photos, and within the district photos, we'll have different folders in there for logos. In my individual club, we are doing the exact same thing. where we will have our public image folders. And then we'll put things in here with branding guidelines, RI elements, HPH elements. And these are just so that we put all of our documents in one place. Again, easy to find. So we have, our digital assets, such as our logos. We are using the right colors, the right typography. We're getting the right photos because we're going to the brand center. I just want to kind of point out one of the things that Brian, thank you for putting this in, is one of those options as an external hard drive is likely to be harder to share with others if you have a team, and he's absolutely right. So you could put it on a USB drive if you need to share it with other people, but easiest is definitely going to be a shared drive. And
Yeah, Josh.
Yes.
All right, this is remedial question, but how would we access the Google Drive shared drive for the district?
If you stick around for the next 4 weeks, you will
Yeah.
slowly learn some of the tools that are available to the district. I'm not going to give all of the cookies today, I promise. But
What a tease.
it is, right? I get called that a lot.
Okay.
Any other questions? And I want to bring it up to Brian. Brian, did you want to kind of expand on that comment?
Sure. So there are a number of different, I suppose I could actually turn my camera on too, since I'm, I'm here. So the external hard drive or keeping it on your computer or whatever, those are kind of quick ways to kind of collect all these things together, and you might have a nice organization. But then, like if I wanted to share with Lee some of the things that I had collected, because she's going to put them on the Facebook page, it's a lot harder for me to then just kind of hand that over, unless I like take the external hard drive and drive it over to her house and hand it to her, and that's not an efficient way to do it. So something like the Google Drive or the Dropbox, or those kinds of cloud-based services, they're usually called, make it easier to just like add someone to the account or whatever. And I think partly to the question, Alan, that you asked about the District 5000 account, one of the things that you probably want to do either as a club or as a subcomponent of the club, like if you have a committee that has things that are separate from other parts of the club, you want to probably get some kind of technology like a cloud-based storage service that lets you kind of organize those things in a way that you can make things available maybe only to the people who should see them, like maybe your executive committee should see only, only your executive committee should see certain things. So depending on how sophisticated you need to be with that stuff, some services might work better than others. Google is quick and dirty though.
Thank
I
you.
have a question.
Yes, Roz.
So Josh, do you then sort of password protect them?
I would password protect. I mean, if you're sharing a cloud account or even access to it, you want to make sure that you're limiting who has access to it. If you can isolate your folders and just make sure that no one uploads anything to it, then I wouldn't password protect that. But if you're giving them access to multiple folders, and at that point, I probably would. Okay, we're going to continue on. I just wanted to share 2 more possibilities or things that we're doing at the district, I should say, in regards to digital asset management. I'm going to start with the Rotary D5000 website. So anyone here, anyone can go into the club resources and under public image, go to the district photo albums. You can click over here and it'll open up all of the district's photos, and we're slowly putting the approved logos, ads, things in here. And I created a photo album of all of the different clubs, and I went through the brand center and created a logo for each and every club, Rotary club, I should say. It may or may not be accurate because I was taking what the club is registered as. So you may be known as something different. And if that's the case, if you see your logo on here and you need to change it, let me know. Or send an email to publicimage@rotaryd5000.org. But if you want to download your logo, just go ahead and click on one and then just right click it and save it. The other
Oh.
thing that, yes, ma'am, or yes. Was there a question?
No, I said, cool.
Oh, okay. The next thing is on Facebook. If you go to Rotary D or the Rotary D5000 page, this is for the internal. We create photo albums for any event that you guys have. If the public image team receives photos for your event, whether it be the Girls Empowerment Initiative on the Hawaii Island, or if it's Ryla on Oahu, Ryla in Maui, we're going to create different photo albums so that they can be easily shared for each of you. So I highly, highly, highly recommend you sharing your photos with Hawaii Rotary. So let's continue on.
Okay, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
To be basic, if there are people out at Camp Erdman, when we do this big thing in a couple months, in a month or so, and we take great pictures, is one person supposed to be responsible for that? Or can I, as a low Rotarian, send it somewhere? How do you like that organized from your perspective?
So as we roll out this learning series and we kind of make it a little, we improve it as time goes on, we're going to be creating folders for different events. People can email it to the public image team, or they can go ahead and tag Hawaii Rotary or Rotary D5000 in their posts, because then we can go ahead and save it and put it into our library. But when you are at an event, just like Rotary International said, their marketing team is very, very tiny. They're relying on the 1.4 million people worldwide. Here at Hawaii Rotary, we're relying on the 1.5 thousand people to take photos for us. So if you're out there, you have your camera, take your photos. And remember the things that we have talked about last week, getting the angles, getting the engagement, getting motion in photos. Because then when we come back and we put them onto our website, they're going to show people of action, and that's who we are, right?
Is there any requirement to get written okay for use of those photos?
So we do have a photo release. Again, that's going to be on the district site, and I'll share that with you. Linda, you're really good at, maybe I'm just really good at knowing what Linda's going to ask, but here, club resources, public image again, that's what we're here for. We have a photo release form, and I created this specifically for Hawaii Rotary so that any club can use it and download it and fill it out. Give it a moment to load. It's almost there. I think I made it pretty. I did make it pretty with the Hawaii Rotary District 5000. You can put your club name on here, the individual, and then it even has the signature. So feel free to use this for your club.
Thank you.
I highly recommend that if you're going to be taking photos of any minor, definitely have that.
Right.
But I think one of the rules or things that I heard is if it's in a public setting and you take a photo and then that person happens to be in it, it's okay. But just for
Yeah.
best practices, anyone you take a photo of, get the photo release form.
Right, I agree.
Okay. There is one comment. Oh, wow. Very easy. Yes, Lori, very easy. Let's continue. You guys are asking great questions. I love the engagement. You guys were quiet at the beginning, but wow, you guys are talkative now. But thing is consistency. We want consistency. So it's very, very important that you use these resources and the things that you're learning today. First off, the district public image resource page on the screen is going to be your best friend to getting reminders or getting some toolkits on how to do this or how to use this. I do want to share with you some of the things that we did put on the public image resource page are specifics. When do you use a logo? So if you click on the logo guidelines here, it'll take you to the the guidelines that Rotary International provides and explains it. It also talks about using different colors or when you're supposed to use different colors. On top of that, it talks about the simplified version and the size, and then even gives you example when you should use the mark of excellence versus and what size that mark of excellence should be, or where it should be on your website or on your flyer. And then different types of ways to create lockups and why would you use them. So please, please, please use the district resource page.
I have a
Next thing,
question
yes.
on that. What if you're making t-shirts?
So
Not like that, but do you have a recommended standard?
So number one thing is you should be using a Rotary or an authorized reprinter or authorized printer of anything with the mark of excellence or the Rotary International brand. They will be the one who looks at your design and ensures that it is brand compliant, because again, we want the consistency in there. When you are creating one, use the tools that are on the brand center, because they will have templates that you can use. And then in that case, you'll want it in PDF.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Joshua?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
doing a great
Yes,
job.
Kimo. Thank you.
I just, one of the things I know everyone knows about this, and that's the logo Rotary meets here. And I've tried to clarify to a few people that we really need to upgrade these. And so, the pushback is, well, it's still got the Rotary wheel up there. Everything's okay. So what's the district's position on replacing and upgrading? You're smiling. You know what I'm talking about here, don't you?
Okay, so first off, I am not the police. It is not my responsibility. We are all volunteers. It costs money to get things printed. We want to do our best to ensure that we are being brand compliant. So if you're using an old logo and you have the funds to redo it, go ahead and do it. If you don't stress over it, because it's the people of action that really show who we are. Now, if someone comes to your club and says, hey, that is not a brand compliant logo and you should be doing this and you should be doing that, ask them for a donation and ask them for them to print it. So to your question, we are brand ambassadors and we want to do the best we can. And that means we have to use the resources that we have. And I'll let you make your decision on whether what you do or not. And yes, Sandy.
Thank you.
Good answer, Josh. Do we have any licensed printers here locally for Rotary?
Dang it, Sandy, I didn't. We do. We do have two. We have one that does clothing, Island. Go ahead. Island Traditions.
You're wearing the shirt. Most of all of our shirts are done by Island Traditions. Yes. Good job. Good job.
And then there is a printer here in Hawaii, but I'm not sure if they went out of business or lost. I'm not sure about that. But do know that you can get an emergency use or exception from Rotary International. So during the pandemic, during RILA 2021, we made shirts and we sent it to a printer on the Big Island. They were not authorized to print, but we got an exception, which means that we sent our logo to RI, explained to them why we were using this and why we need this exception. And they gave it to us very quickly and we had it printed. So it's just making sure that you're going the right way. And you think about the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Because these people who are having these licenses, they're spending a lot of money for it, but they're also very important because they are making sure that our logos and our brand is compliant. Yes,
Joshua.
Best practice is to go to a licensed printer. And if you don't, then request authorization for an exception through Rotary International. But I'm not the police. Best practices. Okay, we're gonna continue. We're wrapping up. This is I love this conversation. I truly do. But really back to your resources, rely on the Rotary Brand Center. Don't invent the wheel every time, but unless you have people that have that creative eye, that's great. Then you're going to want to join me next week, and I'll tell you more about that. Use the Learning Center, and it kind of goes back into the weeds about as to why we do a lot of these things and what is the thought process behind it. So go ahead. There are a couple programs or a couple of courses specifically about brand compliance. And then the last thing is going to be using myself and our district public image resource team. Right now on this call, we have Lori who's on it. Sandy's part of the team, so feel free to use it. Okay, everyone, we're going to go back to survey time. So I want you now thinking about today's session. You're going to send your text message or you're going to go ahead and send the email. Now, the question is, after today's session, and do you think your club is brand compliant? I'm going to wait for some of those text messages to come through. All right. Now we're going to do a quick example audit. I'm going to bring up some websites. So first off, we are here on the Rotary Club of Kauai.org. I love what's happening here. They're using the logos, they're using the imagery. Quite frankly, what I would change about this, just like Dottie said, use your club's logo in there. So put the Rotary Club of Kauai in here. Let's go into this next one. This is the Rotary Club of Kona. I love it. Again, you're using the logos. I'm sorry, you're using the colors. The only concern I have is this part right here. That's not you're using the right words, but the mark of excellence is so far to the right. And then you have Rotary Club of Kona. I would probably put it together so that you have that consistent logo in here. But color themes looking great. Typography looking great. Let's look at the Rotary Club of Maui. So we're going back to the top of the screen. One here is that you have a blue back here. The Rotary Club of Maui does not have the actual logo on here, so I would go ahead and switch that out. Now, it's very important that you get different eyes looking at your website so that you can get feedback. And if you are looking to have an audit of your website or social media accounts, email us at publicimage@rotaryd5000.org and schedule a time with me and my team, and we'll do an audit for you. Any questions about those things, that quick example audit? Any questions about that?
Good.
All right, let's continue on. So we're hoping that you can be brand compliant by the end of this Rotary year, so June 30th, 2023. And that does not mean reprinting all of your old stuff. It does not mean that. It's just looking at the assets that you have and seeing if there's things that you can update, such as your logo, such as your flyers, such as your pictures. Those are very, very easy to do. And if you need help, reach out to me. So, any questions about today's topic of brand compliance?
Hi, this is Kara from the Rotary Club of Kapolei.
Hi, Kara.
Hi. Okay, so I'm kind of young. I'm 18 months into Rotary, so I'm kind of learning. But next year is not this coming year, but 24, 25. I'm president. So I will make sure that I have all this. So this year I am the director for youth services, so
Nice.
Kapolei. So t-shirts, we were wanting to get t-shirts, and I was writing notes down, and so it sounds like we have to use an approved printer. Where's that list again?
So it's in the chat. Lori Williams just put the name
she did?
Robert Jackson for Island
Okay, yeah.
Tradition. He will be able to do it as an authorized Rotary brand compliant vendor. I will
this is-
also do some research and get a list of those people. There may be people outside of Hawaii that you can do, but also just think about this. If you don't use the mark of excellence, if you don't use the Rotary master brand signature, you don't need to go through an authorized person. If you just put the Rotary Club of Kapolei, but don't use the wheel, you're fine.
Oh, so the kids designed their own t-shirts, but I kind of wanted the MOE sort
Then
of.
that's fine.
I want to keep branding, right? I want people to know that, like you said, we're a people of action.
You're
So,
using my words. I love it.
yeah,
Thank you.
I'm all about, I've lived in Kapolei for 17, 18. I didn't even know that there was a Rotary Club here. I mean, nobody knows Rotary. So
That's
it is
right.
like on my top list to get the Rotary logos out there, getting people to see that, man, we have 53 clubs and we're
Yes,
in. So this
that
is
is
good.
absolutely right.
But that public image, see, keep saying, Carol, you gotta send, I'm a picture taker. So like, where do you send it? I mean, where do we send pictures? I'm hearing public image at Rotary District 5000 or Rotary District 5000 image.org. Is that the correct email?
So it's public image at rotary-d5000.org.
Rotary D5000. Okay.
I'm going to put that right in the email in the chat right now. So also just keep in mind, check out the videos from session 1 and session 2, because it goes into details about those things as well and what resources.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
I remember going to the Big Island, going to Kauai, going all around. And when I see a Rotary sign in the vicinity of where a meeting would be, outside a hotel or outside a restaurant or over a door handle place, it really meant a lot to me. And I think we should do more to post those signs.
I agree. And you can, gosh, what is that company that makes the name tags? Sandy, do you remember? Russell Hampton.
Yeah,
they make them very well. They are costly. So when you guys go to Pets or if you have anyone going to the mainland, it's better to just have them shipped in there and then get picked up. Dottie, last question.
Yes, and maybe you want me to give this question to your team at a later time, but this has to do with asset management. What do you do when you no longer have the password to your Facebook page and someone is kind of using it for their own Facebook postings, and your board would like to end that, and the person that's doing it's no longer on the board, they're just around and and this is it's a sticky situation.
It is.
How do you end it?
So let me just, without airing anyone's dirty laundry. So from the district, we have district governors that change from year to year. And usually they come up with a plan on how they're going to use public image. And sometimes they create their own Facebook page or their Instagram account. So it was very fortunate that Sandy, immediate past district governor Sandy, allowed the public image team to standardize which accounts we're going to use. And then what we did for that is we made it a business and then assigned whoever was in the public image team to be able to change that. So that would always pass to the next team. In your case, and I'm helping another club do this, is you're going to have to play nice and ask that person to either change their name, or if not, you're going to have to create and start over. And you can't use the word official in your name, but you're going to have to try even harder to make sure that you're being compliant in branding so that people know that yours looks official. And it's a name, it's the name of the game.
It's tricky because the board has requested that this person close out, and it's not happened in 6 months. And we're at and I thought, okay, I'm coming to this meeting to learn more about what is required and how to deal with these things.
So just know that social media is not a requirement. It is, you have to think about, and we're going to be talking about social media, and you can come back in 2 weeks. We're going to do Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and we're going to go into the nitty-gritty of that and how to develop a page and using Teams. Brian has a comment about that, so go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, so I also put it in the chat. Most platforms like Facebook do have some kind of a dispute resolution process that you can actually go to them and say, hey, here is proof that we are the Rotary Club of XYZ. we have this set of pages that we would like to reclaim the access to. Can you please help us make that happen? It's a process you have to go through, and it's not made to be easy, but it is something that you can do.
I
Brian,
went through it.
I'd like to learn about how to do that, you know.
We can connect you. So Dottie, I have your information and I'll connect you with Brian. Alan, last
We
question.
would like the same thing. I mean,
Oh.
our Facebook page owner has passed away. We don't
Yes.
have the password.
So we come back during Facebook, the week that we talk about Facebook, and maybe we can learn some more, and I'll try to research some of that as well, as your public image resource team. But I just have a couple more slides. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys are asking wonderful questions, and I truly appreciate it. I wanted to give 1 minute to anyone. Do you have anything in your club that you can promote? Thinking about what a call to action is, any type of activity. Last week we started with it, and I'd love for someone to just tell about their project that they're having this week, or tell us about their next meeting and their speaker. Is there anyone here that would like to do that? I will go first. Aloha, everyone. My name is Joshua Laguana. I am the president of the Rotary Club of Hickam Pearl Harbor. Join me and 49 other volunteers at the Hawaii Food Bank in Honolulu. We're going to be there at 7:30 a.m. and we're going to be packing boxes for their senior program. And don't worry, we'll feed you. So join us this Saturday at 7:30 Hawaii Food Bank. More information at rotaryhph.org. Anybody want to go next? Oh, come on, someone. Okay, go, Kara. I love this. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kara, and I am with the Rotary Club of Kapolei. On August 8th, we are making Genki balls and making it, and we are partnering up. Okay, wait, let me start. I'm with the Interact Club of Kapolei High School. We're partnering up with Makakilo Elementary, and it is our fundraiser / giving back to the community project. We are asking for a $5 donation to help pay for the supplies of the Genki balls, and anything left over is going to go back to our club so that we can do greater and bigger things next year. The money's due on March 22nd, so if you're interested, contact me at the Kapolei Rotary Club.
All right, make sure that you're clear with what your call to action is and how do people contact you. So you said contact you at the Kapolei Rotary Club. What's the website? What's the email address? What's the Instagram? So making sure you have that inventory so that you can, that was amazing. Great job. Anybody else want to go last?
I have a question. Where do those messages go?
Right now, we're just doing it as a public speaking opportunity, because that's part of our public image. But of course, your call to action is going to be the stuff that you post on social media, you put on your website. You're going to post in a Facebook post and tag Hawai'i Rotary so that we can reshare it. Just being able to do it not only online, but in person, out loud, is going to be the key to public image here. Anybody else? Going once? Okay, go ahead, Arlene.
Hi, I'm with the Rotary Club of Kapolei, and this evening, actually, the Rotary Club of West Pearl Harbor will be having a meeting at Max's of Manila, and they'll be having the presenter New Now. About 3 or 4 of the West Oahu clubs will be doing a project at UH West Oahu on April 22nd to be planting coconut trees. So for more information, you can visit our Instagram at Kapolei Rotary, or our Facebook, Rotary Club of Kapolei.
Nice. There's a call to action. Visit the websites. Great job, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Just some wrapping it up, thing past the 4 o'clock hour. So thank you for being here. Next week, 3 p.m., we're going to talk about leveraging Club Runner. So all of the websites we went to is part of Club Runner, but I'm going to show you guys how to make it beautiful and how to make it easy. So join me next week. Also, the rest of the schedule is on the screen. Social Media 101. and then we're going to go into Facebook, and then we're going to go into Instagram. Then we're going to start using Canva. We're going to start creating these designs using free tools, and then we're going to talk about the effectiveness of media releases. Calling all people of action. So the stuff that we learned last week, I want your photos, I want your videos. April 30th, we're going to be compiling videos together to create a commercial for Hawai'i Rotary. On top of that, reach out to the public image resource team, because we are jonesing to join you at your meetings, at your events, at your service projects, at your fundraisers, so we can show you how to properly take photos of people of action. And then, of course, brand compliance by June 30th. Don't miss out. If you guys need help, if you want an audit, reach out to the public image resource team. And of course, if you have an idea on how to make the community better, go to sharemyidea.org. It is something that I created for our district so that we can continue to share ideas. And of course, Dottie, this is for your whoever did ask. These are the websites, this is the contact information, and this is the Hawai'i Rotary social media accounts. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing some, if not all of you, next week. Aloha.
Joshua?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I have one final question concerning your video that you're creating. Have you contacted the Hawaii Association of Broadcasters?
No,
to
I'm
work in
waiting.
partnership?
I'm waiting for you to introduce me to them.
Good. All right, we'll do it.
Great.
Because that goes into every TV station,
Yes,
not just one.
we're professionally having it. We're having it professionally created, and we're going to hope to debut it July 1st.
Awesome. And they can help get it out to their stations.
Yes. Thank you very much, everyone,
Hey,
for coming.
Those are like old time streamers, right? Is that what a TV station is?
I don't know. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, Josh. Very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great job, Josh. Great job.
Thank you, Sandy. I'm going to stop the recording. Hold on.